Thank you so much for the introduction, Kelly.
It was fantastic.
I was lip-syncing the whole first part of that. It is time now for my next guest. He was on the road to becoming a successful barrister when he decided to try stand-up, and he hasn't looked back since. He's just about to release his first DVD, Find the Funny, and he's currently touring Britain with his national tour, The Feel Good Factor. He's made time in his very packed schedule to be here tonight. I appreciate it. Please put your hands together for Stephen K. Amos. Amos! Thank you so much for coming. You're welcome. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Oh, a bit of pressure. Follow that.
Oh, Cara.
Yeah.
How is your tour going?
It's going good, actually. I'm having a good time. The people of the north of England are liking what I'm doing at the moment. So
They're good. They're a good audience.
Yeah. You see, that's them. Yeah.
And last night, where were you?
I was in Blackburn last night and Warrington tonight.
Oh, very good. Wow, you're.
Have you been up north yet?
Yeah, tons.
All right.
I like it. They're crazy. They're more like a U.S. audience. They're beautiful. They're like just
They say it like it is, don't they?
I love it.
You're right, lads. Make us laugh.
You know what's funny? Yeah.
Don't make us laugh. You'll die.
Yeah. Someone yelled at me once up there. I didn't pay to hear you talking. Shut up and sing. I went.
And I asked the audience a question, and the guy in the audience went, "Hey, lad, you do the talking. I've paid to listen." So I continued talking.
Oh, yeah.
Jokes, obviously.
Yeah.
Tough crowd.
Yeah. No kidding. Why is it called the Feel Good Factor?
Because I like to feel good, you know. I'm trying to reminisce. Yeah. And at the moment, I'm feeling quite bad. So I'm sat here in between two rather beautiful specimens of human beings.
How sexy you are. Come on, are you kidding me?
Say that again?
You're so sexy.
Ow.
I'm not kidding. I mean, listen, before you did this job, you had, what, a million other things you did.
I did loads of things while I was a lowly student. I had a job once where I worked in my local supermarket in the meat department. I was the mince man. And when I say the mince man, I don't mean, oh, I like your beef. I was the guy that sold mince, and it was just a disgusting job. Didn't last there very long. And then I got the job that I thought was the most brilliant job in the world. I saw it in the newspaper. It was a guard on the Orient Express. And I thought, wow, I'm going to travel the world, live like the hoi polloi. But it was actually to guard the Orient Express while stationary in a railway siding in South London. I had to walk the length and breadth of the train going... I don't know if you recall, we did a show together about a year ago called One Night Only.
Yeah.
Jumba.
I remember.
And I don't get starstruck often, but I left Mr. Bublé a note with a number. Did he call? No.
Yes, I did. The problem is I kept saying, this isn't Michael Bublé, but what are you wearing? You've played for royalty. We both have. We've played for royalty, and of course everybody knows about they know what the bad things, but what about the good things? What about what Prince Philip said?
Well, the good things are, you know, I never thought in my lifetime that I'd ever, you know, we grew up in this country watching the Royal Variety, very, very famous programme here. I never thought I'd ever play it, you know. Then they asked me to do it, and I did it, and my mum was like, we're going to meet the Queen. She's from Tooting. And she told all her friends, right? That was one moment in my career. She was like, oh, you have made it. And it's not as though when I was growing up, she went, you better meet the Queen. Otherwise, I will disown you. But, yeah, it was really great. But I never thought to myself, being a young lad from South London, that I'd have to bow, because in my eyes, all men are equal, right? Yeah. But when the Queen got in front of me, something took over me. My knees went, oh, hey, thank you. Hello.
It's straight. For me, this is the truth. I have a part of my brain when I do an interview. I don't know both of you guys, but I just did a thing with Oprah, you know? And I've heard other people say this too, but I did this 10-minute chat. Half of my brain for the 10 minutes was thinking, just do what you got to do, just sell the record, you know, and the other half was going, what if you just touch your teeth? Do you ever feel like that? Like you could literally, not that anyone ever do this, but you could meet royalty and just go whoop and slap them, and you'd be the most famous person in the whole world.
Well, I did sort of feel the urge to lick the back of her head and put it in an envelope. Would that be wrong?
Oh, I love, too, that your parents thought you'd be a lawyer.
They did. I mean, that was my dad was one, you know, you've got to get a degree, you've got to be set. If you get a degree, they can't take it away from you. And, you know, and in a weird way, doing stand-up comedy and being a lawyer is quite similar, because we both, in a courtroom, right, or an audience, stand up in front of a room full of strangers telling lies.
And what did Mum and Dad think? I mean, I'm sure they were thrilled. I'm not going to be a lawyer, I'm going to be a
They
Stand-up
told everyone I had emigrated. They were so disappointed. I don't know what your experience was, but my parents were like, oh, you can't do that. No, show business. What are you talking about, show business? I'm like, Mum, I can make it. And she's written on the team and goes, but there's only Lenny Henry. And I go, I'll be the next one. She's going, no, no, no. And then, I mean, they don't ever see me do live stand-up comedy twice in the 15 years that I've done it, right? And when they came, I was so kind of choked up by it, I just said to the audience, can I just say, my parents are there in the 3rd row. The audience, quite lovely, just went, yeah. My mum stood up, took a bow. I'm like, they're clapping for me, not you.
Now, you got the DVD coming out.
Yeah,
and,
I have.
Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to throw to a clip of it. We have a clip. Let's check it out.
And people today, these young people, right, apparently now get bullied via text. Have you heard this? Bullied via text. What am I gonna do? Here's something you can do. Delete.
That's very good. Now, you've worked alongside Christian Slater. I love how Christian Slater talks like that. How has that been?
It was so good. It was a play called One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest that came into the West End. Anybody see that?
Yes, I did.
Great,
Did
great.
you?
Yes.
And I was fabulous in it, wasn't I? No, it was so good, because I pretended to everyone that me and Christian were like best friends. He was such a cool guy, not Hollywood at all,
No,
and
down
just
to
a team player sort of thing. We disarmed him because there's quite a few comics in the show as well. So we just started doing loads and loads of gags with him. And every other Friday, we'd do a live stand-up show after the play. And he was the MC. So we'd give him jokes and say, he'd go, what if these don't work? What if these don't work? Christian, trust us, they worked. And if they didn't work, he'd take his top off and sing a song. That worked.
That works. That does it. Hey, you know what? Come here, put her there. You know what? You're a great guy, and I love watching you. Love that you came here and did this with me.
Thank you very
so
much, Mr. Michael.
Good luck with the DVD and the tour. Thank you to Stephen K. Amos. Up next, we will be eating peanut butter, popping balloons, and peeling hard-boiled eggs as we try to set new world's records. And I'll be talking to Lorraine Kelly, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Still to come.